Ramona, and welcome to Ramona Interviews. And today we're going to talk about personal development, and we're going to talk to Sadie, and she's going to tell us how to get there and how she can help you. Welcome.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here, Ramona.
So tell us about your website and how someone can contact you.
Okay, my website is sedrolamaruska.com, spelled SEDRUOLA, Maruska, MARUSKA.com.
Now, tell me a little bit about your journey into personal development, helping people formulate personal development, or what is personal development? Maybe that's even a better question.
Oh, that is a good question. Well, personal development is basically coming to terms with your past, designing your right now, so that your future can be exactly what you want it. And it is doing it all within the context of who you are and your internal self. And for me, the journey of personal development, I think I've always been on a journey of personal development. In 1977, I'm going to date myself right now. I'm going to tell everyone how old I am. But in 1977, we moved to Salt Lake City, Utah. I was 8 going on 9. And it was that time in my life that I clearly remember doing certain things, which were, at the time, of course, we had no internet. We had tape recorders. We had paper notebooks and things of that sort. And so I remember reading and taking passages from books and putting them into notebooks. And I remember listening to music, writing down lyrics, and taking quotes and writing down quotes. And I did this. That's when I started doing that at around 8, 9 years old.
So you were journaling.
I was journaling without really knowing that I was really journaling. I was just doing something that fed me, that made me feel good, that made me think.
Self-inspiration.
Right. Introspective. And it was also at that time that I remember thinking about bigger things, like, how do those people get all over the world to be at the radio station? Right? I formulated this idea in my head that, well, they must go set up, or they must already have a setup at the studio, and the people go all over the, it's a child's thoughts, right? Sure. But it was also at that same time that I started to self-actualize, because, as I said, we moved to Salt Lake City. We moved to Salt Lake City from New York City. And I was in New York City. I was born in New York City, grew up in New York City. We moved a lot, but I'm mostly in New York City. And in New York City, I was surrounded by my family, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, everyone who looked like me. And then we went to Salt Lake City.
Totally different.
No one looked like me. And I started to go, how does that work? How does that fit? So who am I? Becomes the question. Who am I? And I've always been on this journey, and I've always been an introspective person, someone who most people who meet me will think that I'm a very extroverted person. I know I have a very, very personality. I'm very, I'm warm. I'm
approachable.
Open. I'm very approachable. I'm open. But I would say that I'm an introvert. I love my quiet time. If I'm home for 5 days in a row without ever seeing another person, I'm good with that, because I've got books, I've got movies, I've got a lot of different things to keep me busy, and I love that space. And I'm noticing that my daughter is the very same way. She does the same thing. She loves notebooks, pens. She's writing things down all the time. She's drawing pictures, And so it's that sort of thing that kind of got me into the personal development. Then I fell off.
You kind of went
you
through
grow
your
up.
teenage
You
years.
grow up.
don't know. It happens to all of us. I don't know what happens.
I know.
Some people said it's that weird part of your life.
Yeah, I don't know what happens.
You get busy.
You get busy. Different things happen in life. And I kind of fell off from there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still gathering pictures. I loved pictures. And I was still gathering notes. Not as much as I did then,
Mm-hmm.
but I was still doing it. And then in college, I was going off to Korea to be a conversational English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And I put all these books, my notes, and everything in this box to go with me to Korea. And my mistake was putting a radio in that box. It never arrived.
Wow.
And because it never arrived, it was a blow to me.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like a huge part of who I was
Just gone.
was just gone. It was just gone. And I never really tried to pick it up again. I did a few things here, a few things there. I journaled a little bit here, but I never did it in the same way that I used to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So come to today, and I'm a personal development coach. And why? Because on December 13th of 2017, I went with my husband to see my daughter because we had done a biopsy the week before. And on that day, my doctor said, among a whole lot of other words that I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. It's usually the case because they really are speaking Latin. I'm telling you.
She said, you have invasive lobular carcinoma, which is breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the only words I heard. She continued to speak. My husband asked questions, but for me, I was gone from 0 to 80. And, from I came in here to hear what the results of the biopsies were. And now, oh my God, what about my children? You just, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, you begin to think, well, what am I actually doing? What am I doing for myself? What am I doing for the world? Am I being the full person that I'm supposed to be?
Mm-hmm.
And giving it to the world.
Right.
And when I thought about that question,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not giving everything that I can to the world. I'm not being 100% me.
Right.
Different things along the way have caused me to shut down, to close up, to and extinguish a light that I knew was there before.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, I said, no more. No more living in default. No more not listening to my intuition, myself, what it is that I want.
Mm-hmm.
No more of that. Now it's time for me to take care of myself, to do the things that I know I'm capable of doing, to deliver the things that I know I'm capable of delivering, helping the people that I know I'm capable of helping without second guessing myself or moving along as if you're walking in a daze and it's just menial things.
Yeah,
take
it's the
all
everyday.
the time.
It's the everyday. It's the everyday.
It just takes all the time.
So from this catalyst, from this imbalance, for no better choice for a word, came an awakening.
Yes.
And with that awakening, you redeveloped that ability. You used to equate it to journaling. Now it's whatever it's become now. And because of that experience, because you went through that, this gives you it's more than experience, in my opinion. It would be more than experience. It would be something experience plus that gives you this ability to help others now?
Yes. Short answer. Short answer. Yes. Long answer. I feel that I've been coaching all my life.
Coached yourself when you were younger?
I've coached
in the example
myself.
that you gave?
I was mother hen in college. I was the one that was always there to say, I think that's what you really want to do. Is that really how you want it to go? I was the one that was there to say, okay, let's go. You're coming with me. I was that person. And I was mother hen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I've always felt that was my role. I've always been that person.
Mm-hmm.
Even my family, my extended family, who's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I have been the one to say, hey, it's time for us to get together. It's time for a reunion. It's time, let's do this. And I'm usually the one who tries to reach out, and get people to do different things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been me, my part, my role
Mm-hmm.
in life.
Yep.
I've also been a teacher. I went to Korea to be a conversational English teacher. That's why I went there. I've been in English as a second language teacher. I've done workshops. So I am
Mm-hmm.
essentially a teacher, a coach, someone who helps you develop who you are.
So so for personal development, how would you help someone if someone didn't know what that meant? I mean, some people hear the term lifestyle coach or life coach or a teacher of a certain modality.
Right.
But tell us a little bit about what someone can expect from a personal development coach. Let's say coach.
Right. So a personal development coach, as a personal development coach, what I do is help you find your core. I help you identify the things that are most important.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're able to identify the things that are most important to you, the other things fall off. They have to fall off so that you can now focus on those most important areas.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is when we're trying to do it ourselves, we'll ask certain questions. Then when we don't like the answer, we're done. Right?
Oh, yeah.
We're
all human. Part of the human experience.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So we're done.
Yeah.
My job as a coach is to keep digging. My job as a coach is to get you to go past that comfort zone, that comfort level. Now, as a coach, it's important to me and it's important to the coaching experience or relationship that you trust me, because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions that are going to be uncomfortable, a lot of questions that you would otherwise probably not tell me. But I do that because it's important to really get into what it is you want. And the only way to do that is to ask the hard questions.
So the questions might be something like identifying why something may be blocking you. I mean, it's not necessarily like oogla questions about your personal life. It's to get you to your goal, just so people don't, misunderstand.
Exactly. So the first thing we do when you engage me as a coach, the first thing that I do is I get from you, what is your goal? Personally, we'll look at the different areas of life of a person, and we'll say, what is your goal? Or what are your goals in these areas? You tell me.
Right.
And then we dig into that. And what usually happens, what we usually find, or what I usually find, is that sometimes the goals that you think you want are not really
Not really, yeah, I know. That's what you gotta have to do.
it's not really what you want.
Right. It might be what you're used to. It might be what you have to do. It might be a twist on something that you thought.
Exactly.
So there's some soul searching that has to be done
A
by
lot
the
of
person.
soul searching.
There's probably some exercises, some homework, things to make you really think. Do you help people to connect and resonate with what's in their core? In other words, what's in their heart to do? I know a lot of people use that expression, but there is truth to it. It's, in other words, what really resonates with you, what makes you joyous to do, happy to do, what inspires you to do it and then do a little more.
Right.
Those to me are markers of, hey, that feeds a loop, and it's usually something that helps you, but also involves other people. Or I'm just guessing.
No, yeah, that's exactly right. Exactly right. You want to make sure that it's something. I tell people all the time, and I tell it from kids to adults. I say the same thing. I said, if it's something that someone else has told you should do, that's not it.
Yeah, it's probably not.
That's probably not it. Okay. If someone said you should do this, and you think, well, okay, I should do that.
Right.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
What is it is when you say, I always wanted to ABC.
Right.
Really? Why haven't you
ABC? Yeah.
ABC?
Yeah.
Why haven't you pursued that?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's because it's not practical, because it doesn't bring me enough money, because I have kids now. Different things like that.
Mm-hmm. And
then the question is, well, how important is it to you? Is it still in your heart? How long has it been in your heart? And if it's been in your heart for some time, it's worth exploring.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it's Zig Ziglar who says that if it's there, if it's in your heart, then that is something that you have to explore.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, help enough people get to their dreams, and you will get to yours.
Yeah. And not all dreams are, I want to be a movie star.
Not all dreams are grand.
Yeah, grand.
That's right.
I mean, sometimes it's just, I would like to be really peaceful. I would like to deal with stress in a different kind of way. I would like to get a relationship with myself that doesn't come from something external. Or maybe you want to change a habit or a way of looking at something in a non-judgmental way. In other words, going from being defensive to, that's the tide and I'm riding it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or looking at stress and going, plot twist, and moving on. That's my new favorite catchphrase, by the way. I've been saying
I like it
all over everywhere. You can see it on Facebook. You can see it. That's it. Plot twist.
Plot twist. We're moving on.
I'm moving on, because it's still going to be there, but I got to keep going.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. The idea, we're fed. I think we're socialized to believe that if we have a dream, it's supposed to be some grand scheme of something. Yeah. When in reality, it's exactly what you said. And we also are taught to believe that the goals that we have can only apply to bigger things.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But they don't. They can apply to smaller things. If you say, like you said, you want to be more Zen, that's a goal. That can be a goal.
Absolutely.
I want to spend more time with myself. I want to spend an hour a day by myself. Yep. That's a goal.
That is a goal. If you got kids, that's a big goal. But it's doable.
It's doable. So what do? You say, the first week, I will spend 10 minutes by myself per day. Yep. I will find those 10 minutes and let nothing interrupt. Yep. Then from there, you increase to 15 and you increase to... It's all about knowing what the end result is. And in the end, you'll get to that hour. You'll have that hour and you say, maybe I want to do 2 hours.
I would assume that you're going with the person every step of the way. So how often do you communicate with the person when they're working?
So when I'm working with someone, initially it will be a lot more. So initially we'll talk once a week for about an hour.
Phone, Skype,
anything, phone, Skype, face to face.
Okay.
Whatever works.
Yep.
And we'll meet and we'll talk for an hour and go over not just the goals, but go over the exercises that you've been given to do, or go over the steps, go over what's happening this week. And one thing that people need to there are a couple of things that people need to remember. People think that coaches are therapists. Therapists are not therapists. I'm not a therapist. Therapists are licensed. They've done the licensing. Coaches are here to help you find the answer within yourself. If you have the desire for anything, you have it within you to reach that goal. My job is to help you find what it is you want and to keep you on track to getting it.
And then in the I would assume that in the process, as you work on something, let's say if you just choose one thing, I mean, I don't know how you do, but that process in itself is a learning experience because it could be applied to other things as well.
Yes.
So it's like more tools in your toolbox, skills that you can take with you.
The thing is, we're socialized now. The new status symbol is busy.
Yes, busy Beck.
How are you? I'm so.
Yeah, I know, like that's such a great thing, right? Like it's a medal. Oh, you busy? Oh, I got 9 medals because I'm so busy.
I'm really busy. And the truth of the matter is we're busy moving our bodies, but not really going towards anything intentional. We're not being intentional with the busy that we are.
That's a good point.
If we took the time, and it's hard. I'm not saying that it's not that it's easy. It's hard to stop because the world keeps going.
Yeah, oh yeah, it sure does.
Like this.
Yeah.
And when you pull back and you stop and you're watching it, it's hard because then when someone comes to you and says, "Oh, how are you?" and you said, "I'm great. I'm doing fine." And they say, "Oh, you must be so busy." I'm like, "No, actually, I'm not." It's hard because then in your mind, forget their mind, in your mind, you're like, well, the loser, I must be lame. I'm not that busy. But, so my job is to get you to lame.
Yeah.
Get you to where you can comfortably say, I'm not super busy.
And I don't need to be.
I don't need to be, but I am productive and intentional, and I'm happy, and I'm relaxed.
So they can contact you through your website.
Yes.
So what's your website again?
CedrolaMaruska.com.
And there's a little contact button up on the top.
There's social media connections and social media connections. Okay. So I also have a Facebook page, which is Cedrola Maruska. And I have an Instagram, which is Cedrola. And a Twitter, which is Cedrola. So everything is under my name. Okay, so you have to learn how to spell it. It's SEDRUOLA.
OLA. Perfect.
Yes.
And they can contact you. They can ask you a question. They can get a little bit more feedback about what you do.
Yes.
Maybe they can tell you a little bit about what they're looking to achieve.
Yes.
Kind of things like that. And then just make that connection and kind of see if it's right with the two of you. Because like you said, it is a trust relationship that you need to have so that you can feel good and continue with it. The idea is to start it and finish it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So you can feel that sense of accomplishment, like you said, and reach that goal.
Yes.
Well, we wish you many goals.
Thank you so much.
Many people to help with many goals. I think it's important. I think this is part of that kind of age of enlightenment, for no better, point of term, although I know it's been used, that people are really starting to sit back and say busy's not everything.
Busy is not everything.
Balance is great.
Yes.
And
balance,
what's it all about? How do I get there?
And people have to also realize that balance doesn't mean that you're doing everything. Balance means that you are picking what you're doing, and those things are working out.
Yeah.
For you.
And giving you joy.
Giving you joy.
A sense of
it's about
joy and a sense of peace. And that's so important.
Yes.
I really believe that. I think that when you have that attitude, when you can come in and you can get that, and if you can work with someone who can help you to remember that, to bring that out for you, so that you're focusing on it a little bit.
Yes.
I know it sounds weird, focus on joy, but in a way, sometimes it's a mindset.
Joy can be a goal.
See? Isn't that
so
beautiful?
Can happiness.
Yeah.
So can peace of mind.
Yeah.
So can just as health
Yeah.
and finances, all of that. It can be.
Yeah. And you can incorporate this into your life. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter what your belief system is.
No, it doesn't. No.
This is about.
This works for everyone.
Everybody.
Yes.
So it's about tools in your toolkit. And any age?
Yes. Any age. I actually just came here from doing a workshop with middle schoolers on goal setting.
That's awesome. Yes. That's a great time, too, to really start to sharpen those and realize that they have the ability to do that.
Yes.
And to take those steps. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So they can check your website or go to your Facebook page and find out
about. Go to my Facebook page. Go to my Instagram.
Find out more about workshops like that. Maybe there's a group of people, like church group or another group that's looking to. I think at every age, there's also different challenges that come through, different viewpoints. As you get older, you see things differently. When you're at one age. Maybe when you're going through the kid stage, baby stage.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right. If you're a mom and you have little ones, your needs are going to be totally different than me who has kids in middle brain.
Right.
And my needs are going to be different than someone whose kids are in college or high school.
But it all comes down to the individual. It all comes down to the work we need to do for ourselves.
For ourselves.
That's right.
Right.
And that's ageless.
Remembering that we matter. So I'm telling middle schoolers that they matter, and I'm telling them that not adults don't have this all figured out. I just want you to know. But remembering that we matter. Yeah. We, and my audience is mostly women, because I feel that we don't give ourselves enough permission to matter. I remember clearly I got married, and I'd go to the store and I'd think about my husband. Then I had children, and I go to the store and I think about, what do the kids need? Mm-hmm. Okay, what does my husband need? Forgetting what I needed. Right.
You were busy with everybody else. I was busy with everybody else. Yeah, and we all experience that too. I mean, that's part of the whole human experience.
It's all part of. Now, I take the time and say, what do I need right now? Right now, I need a nap.
Right.
I'm going to go take a nap. Or right now, I know that I need to do that. What I've done is remove should.
Yeah.
I often say to myself, I'm done with the should do part of my life.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the want to do part of my life.
So they can contact you to find out how to get that want to do going. All right.
Do the want to do.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. It's been awesome having you here.
It's been fun. Thank you very much.
And hopefully you'll come back and join us.
I will be more than happy to do that.
Thank you so much. I am Ramona, and you've been watching Ramona Interviews. Have a fabulous, brilliant, joyous week.